Hey, good morning, good evening. Hello, everyone. Today, welcome back to the Power of You series. And today we have Vijaya Annapurna. Before talking about the theme and the topic, let me give you a quick introduction about self. I'm Preethi Guruswamy, engineering leader, coach, and founder of Lean In Network Women in Tech India. Lean In Network Women in Tech India is part of Sheryl Sandberg Lean In movement. Lean In Network WiTI's mission is to empower unable women to achieve all possibilities and transformation through technology, leadership, cultivating an inclusive culture in corporate to make significant impact on successful technology business. Lean In Network Women in Tech India was founded in 2017 and is the global award winner in 2018 for People First category under the foundation. And today it compromises close to 4,000 plus women following across all social media and in its membership. Our vision is very simple, as Sheryl Sandberg says. In the future, there will be no female leaders. There will just be leaders. And with that intention, we have been able to shape and grow fast in this community. We are pleased to launch our second series of the Power of You video themed for this month as Work to the Wise. In this edition of Work to the Wise, we are focused on product management journey, transitioning to PM and exploring different domains as you grow as a PM or as you grow as a PM leader. We have few PMs who have willing to agree to speak to us through their journey ranging in these topics. Today, we will be speaking to Vijaya Annapurna about transition to the PM world. Vijaya Annapurna is senior product leader with 20 years of domain expertise in automobile, mobile cloud, and analytics platform. Over the years, she has realized that she can create victory for herself and others by assimilating the collective intelligence that is abundantly available around us. Her experience has shaped her strength and her skills in recognizing these opportunities, building high-performance team, and one skill that's much needed in VUCA world, demonstrating resilience. Sustainability and practicing yoga are the two topics that is very close to her. And she plans to contribute to UN SDG by formulating an organizational product strategy with a specific focus on sustainability. In her current role as global product manager, she is responsible for maintaining Lightning Cabinets portfolio under the public domain across the world. With this, it's pleasure to have Vijaya here today. Welcome, Vijaya.
Thank you, Preethi, for the introduction and opportunity as well.
It's our pleasure, as always. With that, Vijaya, we would like to start with a little bit of one simple ice-breaking question. Describe yourself in one word.
Strong-willed.
Strong-willed. Could you actually walk us to your career journey and, what is the proudest moment of your career with this? And we would like to hear about the strong build, Vijaya, walking us through this journey.
Sure, Preethi. I believed that spending a major part of my career with Nokia, connecting people, have hugely impacted me and shaped me into who I am today. I've learned a lot about respecting my work, others, and most importantly, celebrating the success. Okay, like I don't know who the author was, but I would definitely like to quote this. Culture is about the way you think, you act, and interact. And I kind of carried it forward after I left Nokia and to the other companies I subsequently joined. Okay, after Nokia, I joined Accenture Mobility. Then I spent a good amount of time with Intuit QuickBooks and then Harman in their connected vehicle space before eventually landing up with my favorite product management job at Signify. Regarding the proudest moments, I'll start with Nokia. I was the program manager responsible for the software delivery of the Symbian Series 60 platform for N8 Mobile, which was launched in 2010. And the second one was at Harman International, supporting setting up a new team, defining and rolling out processes, feature definitions for a 2-year program. Now, there are lots of learnings, and all of them has culminated into providing a communication module to the BMW iNext car, which was launched in January this year. As Dick Ziegler said, there is little you can learn from doing nothing. These all become proud moments because they made me realize the power of resilience, because when there's lots of uncertainty, you need lots of strong willpower to move forward. You need to be thinking creatively. That's when your elastic thinking will come into picture. And more importantly, willingness to accept, to learn from the mistakes, and which is like I said, is the most difficult part of it. So those are my proudest moments, Preethi.
Thank you, Vijaya. I mean, I think it's wonderful. I mean, the learning that you take from the proudest moment always stays with us. And, and when seeing some of your launches coming into the live, it actually makes you feel even more, to see that work, used real time by consumers is what makes it very fun. You have taken this transitions being a PMO to a product manager. Right, and can you probably talk to us more about what were the reasons of making this career change?
Okay, like you rightly said, from the PMO to the PM, that's a huge transition. But then I felt, having experienced the multiple cycles of product development, which is ranging from 1 year to 2 years part of it, I always had this fascination to know what really happens in the markets out there, right? What kind of customer problems are really happening, and how do we convert those problems into a meaningful insights for a business to work upon them and translate them back into solution and create that impact to our customers. So this is one of the key things that kept coming back to me often. However, I never invested sufficient amount of time to pursue that interest, although I've been pretty much vocal about my interest in becoming a full-time product management. However, last year, after lots of contemplation and discussions with people in this domain, from the people who are practicing the product management full-time, who are into sustainability space, and the trainers as well, trainers who are training the product managers, I decided the next step towards my job change will definitely going to be the product management, the strong focus on sustainability. So that was the reason for my career change, Preethi.
Yeah, I think the desire on what we want to do and, the aspiration, making utilize of the community and the ecosystem to make this transition is very critical. I think those are the two critical points that, you brought in. While you cover some part of it, making use of your ecosystem to make this career change, it is there. But apart from that, what are your other recommendations that you would have for aspiring product managers who are actually in different fields, be it QA manager, engineering manager, or a PMO, right? Or just being lead on different functions or people who are not even there in the PM world. How do they people are not even there or any of this function, but are using PM as an alternative career, right? What are the recommendations you would give them to, get into the product management space?
Right. First of all is make up your mind and stick to it, because it's not easy to navigate in the dark and unknown space, because what's unknown is pretty much dark for us, whereas we can easily navigate through familiarity, right? So you should be ready to manage your fears. And I started, it was the seriousness of my interest to pursue product management started 2 years back, which was like, I think, early 2020. And I landed at my job this year, 2022. It took a good amount of time. So in parallel, after deciding that this is what I wanted to do, if there is an opportunity to work on extended time in your product management department, please make use of that opportunity, but have that conversation with your managers, because it's very, very important, right? And you also talk to those who are already performing these roles, because you need to understand what really goes into their day-to-day job description and how they manage their work. Also try and attend those mock interviews, and please ready to fail, because I failed too. The interesting part of these interviews is that they're going to help you to make you aware of the unknown things. So if you look at it in a different way, it's a great opportunity, because it's preparing you for something that you're not familiar with. Also, try and attend courses on product management practices, process, and tools, because lots of them available in today's world. Read product management books. Most importantly, try to get your product management vocabulary relevant to a given situation, because product management also comes with their own set of vocabulary. So you need to prepare to make use of them. So like I said, I believe in assimilating the collective intelligence around me. So I was talking to people who are performing these roles actively, who are into sustainability space, and also with trainers, because for me to know what's really happening out there is important only by talking to them. And once you decide, you definitely need to give that time. So those are the set of specific recommendations, Preethi.
Thank you, Vijaya. And what are the books you would recommend for our audience or anybody who want to get into the product management world?
Okay, so one is the principles of product management. I'll have to go and check the other, so you'll have to onto it, but maybe I will send it with you later. That's one thing. And I also did course from INB on the sustainability. It was an online course for, it's offline, but then you can complete it in a given period of time. That was very, very important, because sustainability is one of the important features of it. And I read multiple other data available in Udemy. Okay, this is what the vocabulary is all about. So familiarizing myself, maybe investing certain amount of time on a weekly basis was critical. Preethi.
Thank you. I think it's very critical of a lesson or, investment of time, managing your fears and, be open to failures. I think any field we need to have this any day without anything, managing your fears and being open to fail is very, very critical. And I really like the investment point that you brought in about, be it Udemy, be it books that you want to read through. And the most importantly, build and create a network with people who are already practicing and being the product managers. I think these are really, really great tips. And I'm sure that during these stages of while you were getting yourself grounded to this role, learning the vocabulary, moving into this, you would have faced a lot of challenges which you had to navigate and overcome them. So could you actually talk a little bit more about these challenges, how you navigated and overcome them?
Right. See, mindset is the biggest challenge. Like I said, we're navigating in something unknown and it's really scary. Okay, apart from that, and which is the biggest challenge, because that leads to self-doubt. Okay, I can do it, can I not do it? Because that's like a balance that's going to up and down all the times, right? That's one of the biggest challenge anybody need to really overcome. Second one is a lack of experience, which we all know, and domain is also a second biggest challenge. But then the moment we've overcome our self-doubt and accept, yes, I only know so much as on today, you will know how to manage your lack of experience and then domain knowledge. That's something, if you ask me, is something that can be managed or can be set aside, because the moment I accept, yes, I only know this much and I'm willing to put in that effort, I think that's going to make the journey much more easier, right? Because given a chance, I strongly believe everybody can be taught anything in the world except for the attitude part of it. Because for that to have a right kind of attitude, you need to have that winning and growth mindset. That's very, very important. Second thing is, look at me, I'm like 20 years of experience spent all the time in the project and program management. Now I need to really drop that hat of I know it all. Because when you're doing the transition, two things are quite important. You need to step back, learn to step back, and you need to step down as well, because that might be the expectation. How would you manage this? Because it's about mindset, right? I need to really control your mind and then tame it and then say that, yes, is it really possible or not possible? You need to be prepared for that kind of situation that's coming your way, right? Acceptance to drop that I know it all. I know it all, apologies. And career transition is not easy. So we need to say that as, because everything is not going to be easy, because in my case, I took 2 years of time. Maybe somebody would have done it in 6 months. It's a very individual specific. We cannot really give a very definitive template saying that follow this is going to happen, because everything is quite variable in today's environment, right? All this said and done, you need to have a dedicated coach and mentor, because who will become your sounding board, and you will definitely need them, because you will not be able to vocalize your fears or insecurities with anybody else. There is reason why those people are there. So please make use of them and their time and their intellect to build your own self-confidence and make your inner self strong. And I'm really grateful that to my coach, Mr. Ian Faria, and my guide, Mr. Vasudev Murthy, on product management, my wellness guru, Ms. Apurva, and my voice modulation course, Ms. Rashmi Shetty, because they helped me to navigate through the entire journey. Because if you look at me, it's holistic. I'm not only talking about thinking about my mind, I'm talking about my knowledge. How do I myself grounded, stay grounded? And then how do I become creative? Because a product manager need to be creative in thinking multiple different solutions before they can really come back to it, right? So it's a holistic journey for me, and these people really played a key role in the transformation. Preethi.
That's very, very wonderful, Vijaya. I think growth mindset is important. You can learn, unlearn, do anything, but one thing nobody can teach you is the attitude. Very well said that. And having mentors and coaches, the ecosystem has a lot of mentors and coaches. Invest in finding the right mentor and the coach who can actually get you grounded. So well said. Vijaya, and I think it's very important. We most of the time lose the focus on ourselves and focus on the product management. We forget to step down and step back to move forward as well. Right? Very well said. With that, I think as we have come to end of our discussion, I also wanted to end this discussion with what is your advice that you would give for people who are aspiring to become product managers? What is that one advice that you could, that give people who are aspiring to product manage? I know you give a lot of nuggets during this conversation. It was like, everything was very valuable. But what do you, what is the last nugget that you want to share?
Right. One is be sure and specific about what you want, because that's going to drive the passion, right? And that, unless you're not passionate about it, you will not be able to invest time in it, which is extremely critical. And we all have limited time, which is a fact, right? And please be prepared constantly from the time that you make the decision. One specific question, right? How much of are you willing to step down in terms of the pay hike? Because what is in it for me is your pay hike, right? And your designation, right? Are you willing to, how much of that step back you can do and step down you can do? Have that answers really, really thoroughly assessed and have it written and kept. Do your pros and cons about everything, because that helped me write it down. Okay, this is going to happen, this is not going to happen. So please be prepared, because end of the day, you are the one who need to make the decision, and let the decision be rational based upon some data. Because emotionally, oh my God, what if I'm going to less part of it? But then you have been offered something of your dream job which you're passionate about. So please be ready with this one specific question, because this will definitely going to come up to you. Okay. A third one is, please be authentic in your interviews. Okay. The person who is asking questions know more than you because you are just transitioning into there. So let's respect that. Be authentic as much as possible. Rather, if you ask me, be authentic all the times, because that's going to help you, right? If you did that, you cracked into perfectly fine. If not, there's an opportunity for you to learn and then say the gaps and then move forward. So those are the things. But I would also want to leave with a thought of Napoleon Hill, right? Willpower is a basis of perseverance. How much are you willing to give yourself to something you're passionate about is all going to is one of the strongest advice I can give to anybody at any point of time. Preethi, thank you.
Thanks, Vijaya. I know the passion is the one that drives us. Having that passion that's there in the heart and bringing that balance that what is required becomes more critical path. Thank you, Vijaya, for taking this time out, walking us through what it takes to be a product manager and, being successful in this role. I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation with you, and thank you so much for this.
Thanks for the opportunity, Preethi. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye, everyone.